I don't think you ever really abandon the roots of what you like.
Yeah,
It just takes a lot more creativity to hook you back into that sound.
yeah.
Um, Kirby, what is your most hated job you've had? I hadn't I haven't had that many jobs, honestly. Um, I haven't had all that much time to have that many jobs. I went to college straight after high school, and I didn't work in high school except for doing one internship. I've done coaching, I've done this job, and I've had an internship. Of those jobs, there were parts that I really liked about all of them. The one that's caused me the most heartache and stress is this job. Uh, Specifically because of one thing that's happened that everyone
Oh,
else probably remembers pretty well. Um, and I don't like certain parts of it because you have to make value judgments about human beings, and you have to be like an asshole sometimes, which I hope I haven't ever been, but you have to demand that people get work done, which may not be an expectation that you hold of yourself all of the time. So there's a tendency to feel hypocritical if you're not putting your all into your work because there's the expectation that everyone else is. Um, so I think in terms of managing people, I think that's my least favorite thing about this job. I would much rather just do my design work and have someone else manage the project. Uh, but I wouldn't say that's hated. Like I don't hate that part of it. I just don't find myself to be particularly adept at it. I've never really wanted the power position as much as I wanted to contribute to something meaningfully. Frank, same question to you from
worst
FlameFoxx.
job.
Yeah.
My worst job, probably I worked like when I was really young and out of school. I worked like kind of like a messenger boy for you know taking stuff from this place to that place. Mostly paperwork in downtown, and I had to walk a lot. I was like a little young, making my first bucks. Yeah, that was it probably. That was my worst job.
Why'd you hate
I
it?
didn't. Why I hate it? No, I didn't really hate it. I mean, it was alright. I could be walking by myself, so it wasn't that bad. It was nothing, to write home about either. Then I worked. I gave mostly as giving art lessons.
Oh,
Be
really?
it with my yeah, be it with my. I had some painting students, some private painting students that I would go to their house. I had a live drawing workshop which I would host every week. And also, I worked with my painting teacher. He had like something like 100 students, something like that, and I would help him during the classes.
Holy shit, Frank.
Yeah, that's what
You've done a
what I
lot of
used to
shit.
do. Not so much.
No. I mean that's incredible. Why does my face always look so red? Right now it looks so red because I've been drinking. Um, no, but you've taught. I mean,
Yes, I
that
have.
like that's the goal, right? That's the dream to teach other people how to do what you love doing. That's like the
Yeah,
purpose of being a human being.
yeah. It's nice. It's nice when you have students that really like it and take it over. I mean, but yeah, but you also have to have patience. But yeah, generally, it's a very nice thing to do.
You know, this makes a whole lot more sense now. I'm always in awe of the experience that you guys have. I feel like I don't fit in on the team for that reason. Like you guys have just like this wealth of life experience. You've come from other jobs that you've done well at. I mean, you were teaching human beings how to do art, Frank.
Yeah, well, with some guidance as well sometimes. But yeah,
Wow.
yeah, my students liked me, so that was nice.
That's the best feeling, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I really
yeah,
like.
and I had everything from teenage students to old people, so it's interesting.
How'd you like working with old people?
Well, there's some really cool old people and there's some really shitty old people. So yeah, there was, for example, in my master's workshop where we had like 100 students, there was this old lady that was always dressed kind of like an old hag witch. But she she didn't put a lot of effort into her image, especially going into a painting workshop where you're gonna get dirty with paint. So I was young and kind of foolish, and I had a bad first impression of her. But then I got to know her. She was so cool, and stuff like that happens all the time.
Yeah, you get to know someone and
Yeah,
yeah, you become you understand why they are the
I
way they
mean,
are.
yeah, you have certain pre preconceptions of people that are way off, and there's old people that are just unbearable too.
Yeah.
But people generally like me very much, and when I left the workshop, they wrote me a letter and stuff, and they gave me some presents. So it was
Really?
nice, yeah,
Wow.
nice stuff. Yeah,
Wow. Good for you. Um, Leonardo da Vinci, no compliment baiting, dude. Your music's great.
I'm
Into
going off a gradient here. Do we need a bald guy, giant bald guy in the anywhere in the?
in the game. Actually, there
Yeah,
is something I would like for you to do, Frank, if you can cover for Cody in it.
yeah, sure. What's that? I'm kind of storming up because it's been quite some time now since I've been working and.
Sure. And thank
Uh,
you, by the way, for all the work you've done
oh,
during the stream.
oh, no problem. My pleasure.
Um,
What's the task?
Indiv Girls asking if you ever used a book called Drawing with the Right Side of the Brain.
I have never. Is it good?
Uh, I don't know. Perhaps. Frank, what we're looking for? Do you remember the
Yes.
go to
Yeah.
the human folder with the Cavalier uh, stuff?
Oh, so we have to go to concept art,
Mm-hmm.
human.
Cavalier.
Oh, I hate this Google Drive. I don't know if it's working poorly for me or what, but it's so sluggish.
It takes a lot of time for you. That sucks.
Cavalier.
Uh huh. Whenever it lets you click on it. It's like, no, you don't get this.
Yeah. No, it's my Firefox. I can't. I somehow with my Chrome I can't use my drive, and with my Firefox everything's fucked up. So I'm just using Firefox for the drive and everything else in Chrome and
I'm so
until
sorry.
I format. So what's the? We're gonna change Eddie's head. Is that the plan?
You are gonna do something similar to that. You know how we're gonna have dialogue scenes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go to human. Actually, sorry. Hold on. Which one is it? Go to human cav armor all. It's on the second row to the far left.
Yeah.
Look at head number 8. Indev girl, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, head number 8 is nice.
Okay. What I need, Frank, what we're gonna do is utilize that style for our dialogue scenes because it gives us a more appropriate level of detail for the dialogue that we don't necessarily get out of the art style that we currently have for combat assets.
Yeah.
Um, what I'm looking for is for that head to be animated talking with a body on it too, utilizing the same armor as the cav has, but in a more well-defined style. That's part one.
So animating this face and putting a body to this face.
Yep,
That's the challenge.
that's the challenge.
Okay, maybe start by doing some subtle animations in this face, if you think.
Yeah, like blinking and mouth movement.
Yeah,
That's all we really need.
let's see where that goes. I mean, probably it would be good to ask Cody if he's around to give us the original file once again. If that's not a possibility, we'll just brief.
He might have it on that. Well, actually, damn, you can't
Oh,
access
and that.
the. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think he did have it on that, but I don't know if you're able to grab it from that.
Well, we can just brief wrap with this and see where it goes.
Okay.
Um,
Amazing ideas. Yeah, FlameFoxx. I always thought it'd be so cool if your mind would just immediately render the image in inside of it, utilizing your hand. But I suppose you need years of training for that. And those years of training are not ones that I have accrued for myself. That's why I have people, gods among men like Frank and Cody, do them for us. Drawing skills, just need to tap into them. Indev Girl, you are so right. You are the most correct.
Damn. So we have done this. Okay, give me 1 second, Kirby. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and be right back with you. Okay?
No problem, Frank. Thanks. Easier said than done. Yeah, no, but she's right though. If you change your attitude about it, it it gets done, and then you don't have to say anything about it. You have the skills. I think the worst part about developing any set of skills is just how easy it is to admit defeat in the face of the tremendous challenge that you've set for yourself. If you can just do something every day, some small bit of work on whatever skill you're trying to develop, you'll develop it. I remember when I was 15 years old, I wanted to learn the guitar. It was probably even before that. I had friends who knew how to play. And I didn't try and learn it until I was 19. And, like, I could have had 4 years more experience. I've only been playing the guitar for 2 or 3 years now. Not even seriously. Probably only seriously playing for about 5 months. Uh, but I can actually play the thing now, you know? If I had done that when I was 15, then now I'd be at a level where I could play what I want to be playing. I just didn't invest the time in it then. It's so hard to pay it forward to your future self to do the activity that you don't want to do every day. But if you can change your perspective on it to encourage yourself, it's so worth doing. I'm glad I did that with game design. It's the only thing I've been able to do like that in my life so far.
Trust me, I have no idea how much the struggle is real.
Mm-hmm.
I constantly fight with myself, even if I should continue doing art. Trust me, it's a thing.
As long as you have a love for it and you can motivate yourself to accomplish some small bit every day, you will get better. A lot of things. Yeah, FlameFoxx, it doesn't have to be drawing. It can be any of a number of things that you're trying to improve on. And you don't even have to choose. You don't have to pick yet, which is the beautiful thing about being young. Like, I didn't have to technically pick yet. I could have just gotten a job and kind of waited and developed skills further. Can I join call? Unfortunately, we can't have anyone else on call until we get later into the night where we're not focused on like a specific task. But we'll open up the call to all viewers when we open up the call. Apologies, Leonardo.
By the way, Kirby, um, did you take a look at those storyboards yet?
No, I was going to save those for when I talked with David. Is that okay, or would you prefer that I look at them now?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
David's
I'm done with like 98% of Justice's document.
Okay.
And that's fine because like the last bit is explaining that weird thing we made up with WinSox and whatever for Valley now, which I figure I can wait some time to describe that and maybe possibly describe it in person would be easier. Yeah. And so with that, unless you want to do stuff right away, I think I'm going to get off of Skype for a while and eat food and think about C-Zone stuff and then come back and we can do a bunch of new stuff. Is that cool?
So, are you thinking about 45 minutes or an hour?
Yeah, probably an hour.
Okay. John, is that okay with waiting that long for you?
That's fine with me.
Okay, 1 hour then. I'll see you at 8 o'clock, David.
Okay.
Actually, honestly, I don't want to rush anybody.
No, well, it's fine. We're just going to try and finish some stuff up before Christian gets on at 8:30.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see you then.
All right, see you at 8. Enjoy dinner.
Yep. Thanks. Bye.
Yep. Ugh. Coding Java for 5 years, and I've been thinking about making games, but meh. If you want to develop your drawing skills, pick up what I mentioned. Game dev books don't work for me. The amount of stuff I've tried to learn from books, I just don't stay in. I think that books, FlameFoxx, I've been reading a lot of design stuff now. The stuff you read in books isn't going to stay with you unless you apply it. It's just like learning a language. If you don't constantly use that language, the words that you've learned aren't going to stay with you as well. So when you're reading a book, if it's not taking notes, try and utilize if you're reading a design book, for example, and they're talking about how affordances are a relationship between the object and the user, what you should do is make that into a lesson for yourself. So, like if I make a platform, right, and I make it so that my character can jump, my jumping character now has a relationship with that platform where I have afforded for them to be able to stand on top of it. But if I leave it so that my character can't jump and I have a platform, my character is not able to stay on top of that platform at all unless I give them some other means. And if you think about the design that you're making in that way, you're more likely to remember the terminology and utilize it more frequently for yourself. Just do that with every single thing you learn from books, if you can.
Guys, I'm back. Gonna be muting my mic for a bit because I'm with some people visiting right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be, but I can mute and ask me questions, whatever. I can mute and talk. Okay.
Okay. It's the Frank.
You want to switch over to someone else doing stuff?
Frank seems like he's still. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna be sitting here doing stuff, and there's gonna be some people around making some noises. Maybe my dog playing around, so it's I'm just muting for the sake of quality stream.
Sure, no problem. Frank is still going to be animating, I think, John, or adding to the body of the Cavalier. What I would like to do before David gets on, probably around 40 minutes from now, at 7:40, is start going over the storyboards before he gets here, so I can have a more rounded view of the thing, and work as an intermediary between communicating about either perspective.
Yeah, no, I fully agree.
Okay, cool. Language I know most of is Python. Drawing on the right side there. Oh. Huh. Okay. Alright, and Dev Girl. I will remember that. Have you learned anything from watching Frank at all today?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I've been busy doing my own stuff. I didn't really get the chance to just watch him.
He well, there'll be a VOD, so that'll be good.
I take offense in that.
Aw. See, you've offended him now, John.
Just doing a very rough body for the Cavalier, so his head is not loading. I don't really remember the armor, how that goes, but
Looks great, Frank. Don't worry about the specifics.
yeah, just doing something really rough.
Also, the one thing I have to keep remembering is that I'm not an artist. I'm a 3D generalist, and I'm slowly trying to become an artist.
Hmm.
And so I need to stop beating myself around about, how things are turning out and stuff while I'm still learning things.
Yep, that's important. There's like a video, and I might have already talked to you about it. I know I've talked to a number of people on the design team, or on the team in general, about it so far. It's this guy, and he's an artist, and he's talking about how a lot of the struggle for any creative pursuit is in amending the discrepancy between your creative vision, uh, like what your taste is, and what your capability is. What you can faithfully reproduce from what you like, and what you like. And as you get better uh, at creating art, uh, generally you're learning more and your taste is improving. And that interplay between the two things, the being patient enough to reach the point where you can create something that you actually like, is the hardest part of any creative pursuit. If you can stick with it up until that time, uh, generally you can become very successful. I wish that in art classes early on that there was more of an emphasis on that principle.
Yeah, yeah. Another important principle when we're thinking about evaluating your stuff is, you always look at people that are really good and you admire, and you tend to compare your stuff to them, and it's never gonna look good. What you got to do is compare your new stuff to your older stuff and see where you're going. That's a better output of things. Better outlook, I mean.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
And now for the zoom out to see how this looks.
My teacher was just there for when the internet couldn't answer our questions. I've had a lot of teachers like that. Did you look in the textbook? Well, I did look in the textbook, but I couldn't find the answer, which is why I came to ask you. It's there in the textbook. You didn't look hard enough. Go look again.
Thank you, you're so freaking helpful.
Yeah. Yep. It's like, man, I get that you're tired and you're probably not getting paid shit, and you didn't want to come to work at 7 a.m. this morning. You would have preferred to stay home. I understand it. I'm probably not even your best student, and we don't have a great relationship with one another. But, came to you to ask something. Not because I am trying to make your day worse, but because I honestly don't know where to find it. Kirby, two singers want to make a song on my EP. Please be happy for me. I am very happy for you, Leonardo. Time for some voice acting with Kirby. Okay. Alright. I'm ready for it. Yeah. You're right, Frank. He does look sad. He has no colors. It's true, Indo, bro. It's true. Just throw me something to voice act, and I shall voice act it. I would also be sad if I had no colors. Would you? Or would you be super happy that you were born black and white, and no one else was? I think being born black and white would be a very interesting experience. You get to choose your colors. Though you would spend a lot of time putting on makeup every day, maybe, if you were trying to fit in. Especially, I should say, if one were trying to fit in. Leonardo da Vinci, that's actually a great question. There's a stream going on right now in which I think someone is doing voice acting for the game. Yep, okay, twitch.tv/Elijah Lucian. Here's the link. Put it in the dev chat and in the Twitch chat. That stream, which I highly encourage you to go check out, should right now be doing voice acting for our game. Or very soon. Thank you so much for reminding me. I'm actually not going to get to go see it. John, do you have time to check that out? Still?
Oh, wait, what?
Do you have time to check out the Elijah Lucian stream? The one we discussed before?
Yeah, if you need me to head over there.
If there's any way that you could, it would be helpful to...
Do you have the link to it somewhere?
Yeah, I just posted it in the Twitch. Do you want me to post it in our chat too?
Yeah, Beam. I'm not on the looking at the Twitch right now.
Here's the
working on...
Here it is.
You just want me to listen in?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll send you the transcript too. Actually, I'll send you the design doc.